Welcome back to Morning Drive as we look ahead to what we hope is a busy summer of golf. The month of August highlighted by the PGA Championship in San Francisco from the 6th through the 9th at Harding Park. And joining us now to talk about it, the CEO of the PGA of Americas, Seth, Waugh. Seth, we so appreciate your time. Hope you and your family are doing well during this era of COVID-19. Before we talk about the PGA Championship, I want to talk about your PGA professionals, so many of them unable to teach right now. What are some things the PGA of America can do to help them right now?
Yeah, thanks, Damon. We run major championships, obviously, and a Ryder Cup and a women's championship, and we do that so that we can, service our members, 24/7, the other 365 days of the year, and grow the game. And so, this has been a really tough time. Obviously, there's an enormous amount of pain out there across the world, and golf is no different. It's the $85 billion industry with almost 2 million people working in it, and a bunch of entrepreneurs in the form of independent contractors and a bunch of small business owners running facilities, right? And so there is an enormous amount of pain. Last week we launched a golf emergency fund to try and help people in a very direct way. We've committed, we've sort of found savings in our operations. We've dipped into our reserve fund, and each of the senior management, as well as our board, has, in the management case, have given up, foregone a significant portion of their compensation to contribute directly to this fund. The board has volunteered also to be helpful there. We opened it last Thursday. We closed it down on Friday. There was overwhelming demand, sort of in the thousands of people. So the need is very real. We've committed $5 million to it initially with a $2.5 million match. We've spoken to all our allies in the industry and hopeful that they'll help us grow this. Our sort of $7.5 to $10 million contribution into something a lot larger than that. It cuts across a wide swath of industry. It's not just our members, but lots of other folks in the industry. They're our partners, and they are hurting as well. And so we want to do everything we can, again, to get everybody to the other side.
The health of the industry is so important. Rounds played, lessons given, but people also just miss seeing their championship golf. And you have said that the PGA Championship could potentially be held without fans if the pandemic continues. What was the pushback, I guess, when this was first broached among the organization?
There really wasn't much pushback. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Damon, it's a little bit back to the future for us in terms of being an August date again. It became pretty clear in sort of early, March and April, as we all, the bodies in golf got together and tried to figure out a schedule that made sense. And we were offered generously the August date. We're appreciative of that. And so, excited about trying to do it in as normal a way as we can in August. By then, who knows? We hope we have fans. Obviously, the tour is planning on no fans for the first 4 weeks, and then sort of easing into fans after that. So we're hopeful that we can have them. But if we can't, we're gonna do everything we can to hold the event. We're very driven to get it done in whatever form, with or without fans, and hopefully in San Francisco.
Speaking of San Francisco, how much flexibility do you have to move the PGA Championship if the Bay Area isn't ready to host?
Well, look, we're certainly never going to force anybody to do anything. We're in constant contact with California and the city and the state. They were early responders to this, and so we're hopeful that they're going to come out of it sooner as well. We only want to do something that's great for their great city. If you assume that there aren't fans, it does give us greater flexibility in terms of time to take it somewhere else if they're uncomfortable in hosting it, and if there is somewhere else to do it. And that all obviously remains to be seen. We're all dealing in a world of uncertainty. Our plan A is to have a PGA Championship with fans at Harding Park. Our plan B is to have it without fans at Harding Park. And if we need a plan C, we will figure that out with ample time. We think it's most important thing to do is to get it done in whatever form we can. We just think that's in the best interest of the games and the best interest of of the game and the best interest of PGA of America and fans everywhere and the players. Everybody wants to, both put a peg in the ground and see a peg in the ground, right? And so we're going to do everything we can to deliver upon that.
Seth, the first tee of a major championship is a wonderful, tension-filled scene, but the first tee of a Ryder Cup is out of this world. Is there any possibility that a Ryder Cup could be held without fans as well?
It's a great question, Dan. We've begun to talk about it for sure. Some of the captains have commented on it. Certainly, no event, much less a major, is the same without fans. We all understand that. We agree with you that it's a unique asset in the sense that the first shot on the first day is actually perhaps the most watched event of the whole thing, right, as opposed to the final putt on the last day. And so it is particularly hard to imagine a Ryder Cup without fans. And we will get together with all the bodies in golf and again decide what's in the best interest of the game. We have partners, obviously, in the European Tour. Very close partners. We also partner with the PGA Tour. We will all sort of get together and think about it. We're hopeful that we can have it with fans in Wisconsin in September. What a great exclamation point to this season, if you will, and also for the world. It would just be a wonderful thing, I think, for the game and for the world if we can pull off a Ryder Cup.
Well, Seth, I know you have a lot on your plate, a lot of big decisions ahead. We appreciate your time and wish you and your family continued safety and health.